Hello, look, now you are seeing one of the top tier cities in China. This is Shenzhen. It is a modern and very well developed city. But can you imagine that this piece of land was just a small village 30 years ago? In this video, I will reveal the development of Shenzhen from a tiny small village to a modern city within the time period of over 30 years. Now I'm on a double-decker to show you one of the well-developed districts in Shenzhen, the Futian district. The city has a high percentage of vegetation covering or greenness covering. So living in this city is pretty comfortable. If I am rich enough, I would buy a house in this district. But the housing price in this area is prohibitively high. Absolutely not an option for people who work in this city. Maybe it is an option to consider for some of the entrepreneurs or people who own businesses. You can see that on the size of the road, those tall buildings, skyscrapers are pretty modern because they were built just 20 or 25 years ago. And the traffic here is well organized, I would say, especially this district. Most of the time it is at its peak. But right now it is Saturday, so we see that the traffic is still in well circulation. You see that a tall golden building. It looks luxurious. Sitting on the double deck like this and have a tour around this district or the city, it's quite worth it. So if you are a tourist or foreigner who comes to Shenzhen for sightseeing, I highly recommend you doing that. I highly recommend you to take a double decker and to have a tour around the city. The trees are lush because it is summertime, and since the weather in Shenzhen is subtropical or almost tropical, I would say, the temperature remains high all year round. Okay, now I'm going to show you another view of Shenzhen. You see that tall building? Later on we will see a model of it in the museum. Yes, I'm going to take you guys to a museum in which we will see the development journey or development path of Shenzhen. But how, you may wonder how Shenzhen could be so developed within 30 years. That the answer is here, even though it is written in Chinese, but it is the policy, open a reform and open up, which was proposed by Chairman Deng Xiaoping. Here he is, Chairman Deng Xiaoping. This is the Shenzhen back in the 1985. You can see that the whole landscape was just rustic. That these are the main roads. Back then, they were just muddy roads because at that time, The whole land was a piece of desertness. Yeah, many tall buildings, many districts, industry districts are not developed. Okay, here is Shenzhen after 13 years, which is in 1998. The news building. This was the bus back in the 1998. Can you believe that all the skyscrapers and apartments just rose up within 13 years? This is the Shenzhen airport. It was nothing modern or fancy. These are the workers who migrate from all the places of China and they come to Shenzhen to work in those plants and factories. I was one of them back in the early 2000s. Yeah, it is those people that actually have contributed who have contributed significantly for the development of the city, Shenzhen. We feel like the whole city just transformed overnight. It's transformed itself from a tiny spatial region to a modern city just overnight. This is the walk-through immigration port. Oh, sorry, the custom for another immigration. So people who can pass the customs and go to Hong Kong. This was the taxi in 1988 in Shenzhen. This is the Shenzhen railway station. It has been renovated a few years ago, so it looks more modern now. But this is how it looks back then in 1988. Yeah, these are the factories that many people migrating from other provinces to come to Shenzhen to work in. I worked in a factory like that for months. The window of the world is towards the attraction in Shenzhen. The board says that innovation is the key to development. Realize them. Before going to the museum, allow me to be a little bit childish. I just can't resist a puddle or a pond like this. Yeah, on such a hot day, just allow me to step into the water and cool myself down a little bit. A couple of years ago, my son, he also come here and had some time in this puddle, but he fell into the pond and circled and got soaked or got drenched. But luckily that day was hot too. Yeah, so by the time we got home, uh, he he was he managed not to catch a cold. The kids are having fun here too. Okay, it's time to go to the museum. See these kids playing water reminds me of my childhood back in my village. That's why I'm a water person. Sitting in the modern city in a place like this and enjoy the serenity here is so calming. There's another pool with clear water. Still, I need to cool myself down once more. Is there a thing better than this to step into a cool and clear water on such a hot day? Okay, now let's head to the museum. It's scorching under the sun. I will just follow this mom and her daughter to the museum. Okay, here we are. Shenzhen Museum. Actually, there are 4 or 5 museums in Shenzhen. But in this museum, we will see the development of Shenzhen and the folk rituals and customs or traditions here. Shenzhen Folk Culture Exhibition Hall. Let's go inside. But the first thing we see here are fish lanterns. So this was the folk entertainment or recreation back in the 1950s or 60s. You see, these were the folks or the villagers in Shenzhen who make and fly the fish lanterns for fun. These fish lanterns are in various colors. Yeah, we see green, red, yellow, blue, all sorts of colors. This is a fish lantern made with a dragon head. It looks ferocious and majestic. This is a wedding scene. We can see that woman matchmaker is leading the way of a new couple. So this wedding is hosted at the seaside. You see a lot of the women villagers. Oh, this is the tradition of the Shenzhen folk life that the man would sing a song toward the toward a woman on the other side of the mountain or hills. Yeah, to build the relationship. Eventually, they may become lovers or just for entertainment purpose. It depends. If the man likes the woman or vice versa, they could eventually become a couple and get married. This tradition still remains in Guangxi province, which is next to Guangdong province. This is a dragon lantern, like in the past, villagers will host the dragon dance. So like a bunch of adult men will hold a stick, prompting the dragon for performance. These are the celebration of the grandparents who might turn to 60 or 70. So their grandchildren will come and kneel down to worship them as kind of the ritual. These are the people living in the neighborhood or community, are having a supper or dinner, probably a dinner under a big tree. This is their yacht, I guess. So this is how life like in the community back in the 1960s or 70s. So the villagers are eating chicken. Yeah, this is a chicken leg. You can see that the people living in the neighborhood are quite harmonious. This is the lion. Oh yeah, this is the lion. Yeah, you might, if you're a foreigner, you might have seen lion dances during Chinese New Year in Chinatown in many foreign countries or in countries other than China. This is the private school. Not many kids here. Yeah, we see that the student is not concentrating on the class. He might be punished or punished by the teacher. This student is quite concentrating on her class. Oh, so the lady is cleaning the oyster and dry the oyster under the sun. Shenzhen is also a place famous for oysters. There's even a village in Shenzhen named Oyster Village. These are the oyster shells that have been opened or cracked by a hammer and left in the corner. These are wines. So this is a shop that sells bamboo-made handicrafts. Bamboos are the most widely used material in Shenzhen and in China for making a lot of tools. You see that the chairs can be made of bamboo. A basket, can be made of bamboo. A lot of things can be made of bamboo, given its elasticity and durability. So this is a brewer. It's a brewer workshop. The man is brewing some wine. So wine I brewed with crops like corn, rice, grains, things like that. Back in my hometown, there were people still brewing wine in this way, but they are not being passed down from generation to generations because most young people have migrated to modern cities for a living. And this woman is making tofu. My grandma masters this skill and she passed it down to my mom. But my mom is not passing down to me because I'm not living in my village anymore. Yeah, I have come to the city seeking for living for many years, so I suddenly go back to my village. Yeah, this tool is used to grind the soybeans, which is the main source or main ingredients for making tofu. This is a clinic in the Qin dynasty, maybe. Yeah, a lady is ill and she went to see the doctor in this clinic. You see a lot of drawers inside. There are herbs. Yeah, mostly are herbs kept in the drawers. This tool is used to grind the herbs, which will cure the diseases that the patients have. So this is a tailor shop. Yeah, the lady makes clothing for people. People who buy their silks or satins and they come to the shop and pay for the lady to make clothes for them. Okay, see these red ribbons and satins. Yeah, this is a wedding night. Now the bride is unveiling the broom is unveiling the bride's red covering. Okay, actually, there's another park in this museum that exhibits or shows the recent development of Shenzhen, but unfortunately, it has been closed, and I'm sure of when it might open again. So the staff just suggested me to go to another park, which is not far, luckily, just across the road, and then we can access the park. Oh, sorry, a museum, another museum. This is the view just behind the park, the museum. Okay, this is the other museum. We will see a lot the recent development of Shenzhen. Perhaps we don't see much of the development there, yeah, because like this is a improvisational museum, yeah, as an alternative for that closed one. Anyways, let's go and find out. Right now, I am just outside the museum. The Canton reform and opened up 40 years exhibition. We even see some foreigners here. Oh, this is beautiful. You see that this crystal-like exhibition. We see a lot of fish, yeah. And marine life, ecological civilization. So for modern city, it's integral to incorporate this civilization into consideration when you aim to develop a very modernized city. This is the landscape of Shenzhen. These are the models of the tall buildings or the skyscrapers in Shenzhen. Remember this tall building? You just had a glance of it in the video. Space and society. Okay, I will just pause the video here so that you can read it through the lines of what it says here. Once you come, you are a Shenzhen people. Like this is the slogan of the city. Yeah. Even though many people come to Shenzhen, but many of them had no choice but to choose to leave eventually. I could be one of them soon. Yeah, this is the whole landscape of Shenzhen. Sorry, not the whole landscape, like the different districts of Shenzhen. This was the landmark back in the early 2000s, but now it has been surpassed by many other taller buildings. Yeah, this is a model of a very modern building. Later on, you will see it in real in the video. This is the sword building because it looks like a sword, doesn't it? Later, you will see it in real in the video. This is called the bullet building. It does look like a bullet, doesn't it? Okay, now I'm going up to the 5th floor to see what it's exhibited there. I wasn't expecting this museum had only these few things to see. Okay, these are the top cities, modern cities around the world. Beijing, Tokyo, in Japan. It's like a comparison among the top modern cities across the in the globe. Shenzhen, it's among them. Okay. Abu Dhabi in Dubai, London in the UK, Paris in France. Vancouver in Canada, New York in the States. This is the view just outside the museum. It is a beautiful day. I enjoyed the day visiting the museum and having a deco bus tour. Yeah, this is the sword-like building. Thank you for watching. Until the next one. Bye.